All right, time for a little update. Been a few weeks or so since I did one. One was waiting on some parts, and two just had some things going on, so I was not able to get in and do anything on the weekends. Just had a bunch of stuff going on, but was able to finally get back. All the parts finally came in. The heads and everything came in after being gone for 6 months. They were able to finally get all that stuff done. I don't remember if I mentioned one of the other ones too, but I did get my clutch back after being refreshed. I finally did get, I did get the rims, the wheels back also from being adjusted, which was good. And so they are just having the wheels, the tires put on the wheels, the rims, and so hopefully should be able to test those out this week and put them back under the car and check them out. But I finally did get, like I said, everything back, the heads and everything finally back, so I was able to start putting things together. So got the pistons in, ran into a couple little things there that I had to deal with. I put one of the, when I was putting them in, I realized I put one of the new pistons on the rod backwards, so and when I was trying to take the wrist, the little retainer clip, the little C-clip for the pin out so I could flip it, I guess I must not have had it quite knocked a little bit to the other side so I could get that retainer clip out very easy, and so I ended up destroying that retainer clip, which when I looked at it probably was a good thing that happened anyways, because I noticed that that retainer clip wasn't fully seated in there, so it might have potentially come loose and caused some disasters anyways. So, but I destroyed it coming out, so I had to get that. Unfortunately, I was trying to work on things this weekend, so I had to get it overnighted, which cost like 3 times the clips just for shipping, but they came and was able to take care of that. I also had to express some new drawing a blank here, the compression rings, the second compression ring. When I was putting it in, these were a little bit different. These are the ones I had in there before were Molly rings, so they were much stronger. These are strong, but they seem to be a little bit more brittle as far as they're not flexible. The Molly rings, I could twist and bend them and they wouldn't break. These seem to be strong, but if you like go to bend them, they break. And when I was putting them in, they hadn't quite they had kind of popped out of the groove a little bit when I was putting them in, and I didn't realize that, and I'm like, I couldn't figure out why the piston was going in a little bit harder. I thought, well, maybe they're just a little bit stronger rings, and so it was just a little bit more resistant, so I kind of tapped on it a few times, and when I noticed that it wasn't going, I'm like, okay, so I pulled it out, and it had popped up and then flipped sideways, and it broke, and so it had put a little bit of a groove in the one piston, or not in the piston itself, I should say, but in the spot for the ring itself. And so when I got it out, and I took another ring, and this is how I kind of realized they were a little bit more brittle when you bend them. So I was trying to get out a couple pieces of it that had, were kind of in there a little bit, and so I was using another one of the rings to do that, and it snapped off. So I had to get a couple of those rings expressed to me, a couple days shipping, so I could keep working on things. I was able to, because like I said, it kind of put a little bit of in that groove flange there, it kind of put a little bit of a funny spot in there, but I was able to take a little bit of a screwdriver and kind of bend it up a little bit, or not bend it, but just kind of push the little bit. It's hard to describe, but push the little bit back up, and so then the rings were in there okay, because otherwise they just didn't want to seat in there very well, because that gap is very tight, and like I said, it put kind of a little bit of a scratch on it, and so it just wasn't moving it. But like I said, with a little bit of a screwdriver and kind of push on it a little bit, I was able to get it back, and everything seemed okay, and I was able to put another ring in there, and it was in there fine and wasn't sticking like the other one was. So I think we're good there. But like I said, got the heads finally back and was able to start getting that stuff taken care of. So I got the pistons in, and I got that taken care of, and got the rings, since I got all new rings, trying those gapless rings. So I had to grind them down and everything like that. So that took quite a while. Took most of yesterday to get those set and in. And like I said, had a little hiccups. Like I said, put that one on, and so I had to do that. And then I realized when I was putting it together, I also put one in just backwards, so I had to kind of take things out and flip it around. So just a few little things like that kind of slowed me down, but was able to get all that done. And so was getting everything back together today. Got the gaskets in, the heads on, got the studs in, everything tightened down as far as that goes. Again, I couldn't find my all my papers from before that gave me all my torque specs, so also slowed me down a little bit, because I had for everything I got to find the part and then look it up and find the torque specs from like ARP and whatnot on that. But like I said, got that stuff pretty much done. So coming along, was hoping to make a little bit more progress, but just a few little things here and there kind of slowed down and whatnot. But that is where we are at, and looking hopefully good with things. Also decided to save my bags this time. Hopefully don't need them again. Hopefully it won't have to come apart, but decided to save all my bags that I wrote everything down with all the pieces and parts and everything. So if I ever do need to again, we should be good there. So I think we are looking good, but so that's about it where things are. Can't think of anything else specific. Like I said, got the wheels taken care of and the offset fixed. So hopefully they fit under now, and like I said, working on getting everything back together hopefully soon, and I can start driving it. So thanks for watching. Bye.